Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Design. I am back with my B6 planner. This is a Simply Gilded cover. I'm also back with my DEK Designs chamomile, which I love. So I tried growing chamomile flowers and I stink at it. So I just buy the tea. I know. I don't know why. But anyways, isn't it just a gorgeous, gorgeous kit? I mean, I just love this kit, and I'm so sorry. We are trying all kinds of new things today with this camera and the setup. So bear with me. I'm really trying hard. So I think what I'm going to do is today I am going to focus on, I think I am going to go to the next of these. Okay, that's what I thought. So this was last month, and I am going to just set that to the side, and I'm going to start a new one. So, yeah. And I don't, as I've said before, I don't staple these in. So, I know, it's just really not good. But anyways, there's no reason if you have, I just staple them at the end. That was my goal. So I just have some other goodies in the front, which I may or may not keep in there. Let me see. I'm just going to take that out for now, and I will determine that later. But right now, I am just going to leave that blank as kind of a cover, and then I am going to, I'm doing this really on the fly, so hang with me, guys. I've got my ruler out, just a second, and I have injured my ribs, so it's very pathetic how slowly I can move right now, and I'm so sorry. I had it out, but I guess I moved it, so I'll just use this. This ruler works just fine. So I think what I'm going to do with you guys is I'm going to do it in pencil, and then we'll go from there. So I hope we can get this done in time. We shall see. We shall see. So it's just, I'm going to work with, I think I am just going to do inch. So I'm just going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, and then leave that blank. So, I don't want you to think I'm lazy. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just need 3 on the other side, and that will do us just nicely, you know. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to have a lot of area to work from over there. I am going to draw a line just down here, just because, so it will just be officially divided. Woo, that went crazy. Thank goodness I used pencil. Oh goodness, that was a good reason to not have that put together yet. Okay, excuse me. I don't know what happened there. It just did its own thing. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. All right, then this will be my sidebar, etc. So I am just going to try to keep it pretty simple. I really love using, whoops, wait a second here. I think what I want to do is I do want to come across, and I think I will do that at the 1 inch mark. Yeah, so hold on with me. It's been a while since I've done one of these from scratch, but it's good. I mean, it makes you have to think outside the box, and that is always very good. For me, lately, we've just had so much going on. So, let me share what's been going on. I think I could share and do this at the same time. So, I'm hoping that everybody who's been praying for me and knew, there's a few of you that knew, very few of you, but you knew specifically why. So about a couple of weeks ago, more than that, but so let me back up. Maybe about a month ago, I went and saw a dermatologist, and at the last minute, I kind of happened to point out there was a strange spot on my toe that it had been there for years, and that I wasn't worried about it, but just, you know, while you're doing a look-see, FYI. Well, the doctor didn't like it and decided that not only he thought it was going to be nothing, So I didn't even think twice about it. But he said, hey, I need to biopsy it. Well, okay. He, literally did it in office, numbed it up, and took a biopsy. The worst biopsy I've probably ever had. And I've had lots of cysts and, tumor type things removed. And it got infected, even though he put me on antibiotic, because nobody believes that my autoimmune is not great until these things happen. And then he stitched up some of the nerves. And so I have a very high pain tolerance. I told him this, and lo and behold, yeah. So then I went in, they took out the stitches, and it didn't look great. It was very red and inflamed, etc., etc., etc. Well, that was the least of the issues, come to find out. So the biopsy came back, and it was questionable. The local pathologist wanted more tissue. He did not want to do it. So one of my, my partners are all, have been retired pathologists. So you can imagine how well that was well received when I spoke to them. It was like, no. You're going to go, you're going to do this, you're going to call MD Anderson, and you're going to make an appointment. So, being a good girl, I did that. And it was fine. Let me see how well these fit. Okay. So, if your scissors don't fit what you want them to fit, just cut them. Okay? Just cut the stickers. It's okay. So, I ended up having an appointment with MD Anderson, and they decided, yeah, we want to see your slide. So, long story short, they sent off for the slide, and the local doc took forever. Not only did the doctor not send a good, report, he took forever for that, which that did not, go well. They did not get it faxed correctly. But then the local pathology just didn't get it done. So, but we were being told immediately by my partner and by the dermatologist and then by MD Anderson that the toe would most likely, at bare minimum, have to have an additional surgery to get more tissue around it. And then also, I would have to be ready for surgery. In other words, surgery one way or the other. Either they would go in and just remove tissue, or they would go in and amputate the toe. So, interesting. And then in the meantime, a certain illness has gotten worse in this area. So we were just like, whoa, we have got to be really careful, for the simple fact that all of a sudden they were just really attending to me very quickly, because I guess they don't play around with melanoma. And so we then began to start getting things prepared, thinking we had planned to go on a vacation of some sort, whether it just be camping. And anyways, so here we were, just, limbo, waiting to hear. Local doctors didn't get things done, etc. Finally, we got everything together, and I got a call yesterday. I was supposed to have heard at latest Monday. Again, not MD Anderson's fault, definitely a local issue. And so everything looks good, though they want to just keep a watch on it. They wanted, I could have gone over there and seen a dermatologist, but I asked, could I just find a better dermatologist in this area to keep an eye on it? And they said yes. So that's what we're going to do. And we are very thankful that the people at MD Anderson were so good to me, to us, and as fast as they were, it was shocking. Matter of fact, my sister used to work at a hospital right by the MD Anderson downtown Houston. And she was like, it's not going to happen right away. You just need to prepare yourself. It's going to take forever. These guys were like Johnny on the spot. So right now we are very, very thankful. We are very much just waiting to see what we're going to need to do, and just keep an eye on things, just like they said. And I think that that is fantastic news, and I feel really good about that. I am happy with all that the doctors shared. And I am very thankful for the nurses that I worked with. And yeah, I think we are good. And even though I'm not going to have a lot of space to write there, it's okay. I can abbreviate this week. If that's the worst of the week, I'm not going to feel badly. But anyways, in the meantime, definitely stressful. Definitely was hard on my husband. And to my kids. We didn't tell everybody right away until we had better, idea of what was in front of us. Because we had planned to get together finally with all of our children this weekend. 2 of our children have been traveling, and the other one, they live not too far away from us, but they have been teaching at the university. So we knew we have to be wise about that, and we still do. Matter of fact, my husband's tried to even make his own decision because he's struggling with how close do we get. So, anyways, and that's just our decision. That doesn't have to be anybody else's decision. It's just ours. So, but it was, praise God, such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful result. We are very thankful. And we know that we're blessed, and we know that it's good. So, I am very, very thankful. I am very, very, happy that this worked out the way it did. And it was the best possible news for what everybody was telling us. Everybody was very upset. You know how that goes. So, we just, and I kept telling everybody, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. As a Christian, I'm good with whatever happens. We are good. And, yeah. So, I don't know what you believe. Wow, we got a loud vehicle on our road, which I guess it's a big truck. We never have. Sorry about that. The door is open. I apologize. We got some rain today, and it cooled down so nicely that I just wanted the door open. And my husband's outside on a business call, so as soon as I hear him get off, then I go and we'll start dinner. But in the meantime, we had to go purchase my vehicle on Monday. We went to take my husband to the dentist on Tuesday, and we had a big old flat tire on a major interstate, and that was not fun. And then we recognized when we went to the dealership, some things were knocked off, and so the perfectionist my husband is, that cannot be without the part. And yeah, and they're not really, I don't think they're finding it. At least we haven't heard. And so that does not make my husband happy at all. But I'm going to drop this down just because I don't have one down low. Why not? But we are, if that's the worst thing, seriously, that's not a bad thing. And yeah, and we had somebody act ugly when we were out that day on Tuesday. But, people just are so, guys, you guys need to be very careful. I myself included. We just have to be gentle, walk quietly, encourage people, and that's all I can say. Wowzer. It was crazy that day. And yeah, I hope I never, ever, ever have to deal with somebody who's acting like that again. It was not a good situation. I was talking to the gentleman at the car dealership just a few minutes ago, one of the gentlemen, and I was kind of telling him what happened, because he talked about, yeah, people are just so easily angered. And I said, yeah. And we had somebody act very inappropriately. I tried to call their main office, and of course they're not returning that call. it's frightening. You know, people are acting horribly right now, and I don't, you know, we just have to be smart. And this gentleman said something and behaved in a way that was very, very wrong. And that was their employee. So my husband and I talked about it, and, you know, the only reason I would have even called was because, you know, if anybody else that happened to him, oh my goodness gracious, it would have just been, it was just not appropriate, you know. And I get people are upset, but you can't, you just can't treat people that way, you know. So anyways, but just be smart, be safe, be all those things. just be, everybody, just be. I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to go down this side with this one because it's just so pretty. I almost did it a minute ago, and now that I need the coverage, I think I'm going to. Okay. But we are very happy, and we are very thankful, and we know that God is in control, and we know that this is just something you have to watch. And my dad had the same problem, and my sister kept saying, you know, how in the world could you end up with melanoma on your toe? And I said, well, we all laid out as kids on foil blankets and baby oil, and, you know, we grew up on the coast, and, you know, we just didn't do right, you know. And she was like, yeah, I guess so. And I said, you know, it's all okay. It could be worse. It could be much worse. We are very fortunate, you know, in all of this. Okay, so I have my line. It's just a little bit off, but I'm okay with that. And I may do something or I may not. Seriously. I'm okay with it. But I don't think people should treat people that way. And that was very real. And for the first time, I guess that was the first time I really had anybody behave that way. And yeah, and it was out of protection for my husband, and having to go to a hospital. So, you know, just be careful. I just think people get very upset about things right now, and yeah, it's just not good. It's just not good. So I'm going to overlap that a little because I think it would be cute. Ooh, I like that one. So let's see if that's going to fit, and it does. Okay. So, but I learned a lot that day. I mean, I learned a lot. I was crying because I was like, I would never want to hurt anybody's feelings, you know. And finally, my husband said, you know, people are just upset right now, and there's nothing you can do, and you didn't do, you're fine, you know, just be careful in the future, and now we know, and all the good stuff that a husband should say. Okay, so I'm going to take these glitter headers and just go down, and then I may just double up that area right there, but we'll see. But it was a good lesson. I learned a lot that day, and I also learned that people are, you know, they're just struggling. Everybody's struggling. So, but the good news is no immediate surgery, no rushing to Houston, no any of that. And we had been considering a potential vacation, and I think we are going to go ahead with it. Something very safe, you know, camping kind of thing, and where we can be isolated and be careful. And I just read an article that the two states that are going up the worst is Texas and Florida right now, with the newest issue. So that seems to be the most dangerous right now. So anyways, we're all just going to do the best we can, right? But, yeah. I know. What a week, huh? We've had to go buy a vehicle. Parts have been lost. We've had to deal with potential cancer issue. We've had somebody not be happy around us in a very bad way. And oh, yikes, what a silliness. So anyways, but I have some very exciting news. I can't tell you till next week, but I have some wonderful new news. So I cannot wait to share with y'all next week. So come back and I will share. All right, so far I am loving this little thing. So cute. It's not exactly what I would want because I like things with whiter, so I'll think about that next time. I don't know why I did it this way, but I did it. So I'm just gonna go with what I have. I'm gonna go ahead and put my menu down here in this corner just because I can. And that's a blank section. So I could come back and put something there. I have to think about that. I am going to put at least one habit tracker. Oops, after I put meals. But I hope you guys are being wise and enjoying your time right now and getting lots of things done. I think how this started was I pulled my left side getting in and out of the truck on Monday, and I heard it rip, and I heard it not sound good. My husband was like, "Well, you're fine, right?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm not." He's like, "Well, what'd you do?" And I said, "Something bad." I don't know what, but it was definitely not good. So he was like, "Well, what'd you do?" And I said, "I don't know." Something tore. So I've literally, yesterday, I took it very easy. My husband was very sweet, go get ice and whatever. Today I've taken it fairly easy. I did put some, not groceries, clothes up. And yeah, and that about did me under, hanging clothes up. But, I'm here to tell the tale, so I'm not hurting too badly. Yeah. It's all good. It really is. It could be always much, much worse. And I know that. We all know that. Okay, that is not really fitting either. So I may do something else. Hold on. I may go over. Ooh, what if I did something like this? Just because it's different. Why not? Huh. I have never used these. I think I've used them in my garden planning, and that's it. But so I've been trying to take it pretty easy, and it's been really hard to talk and, of course, breathe. And why is it when you damage your ribs, you always have congestion and a cough? I've never, oh, that hurt. I've never not had that happen. I am not kidding. It just seems invariably that is what happens every single time. And that has happened this time. So I am trying to be smart about it and not crazy. But wow, wow, wow. It's there. Okay, kind of overlap those. That is so stinking cute. So I think I'm just going to kind of build off here. And that's that. Oh, goodness. But I tell you what, I think my husband's been incredibly stressed. My kids have been stressed. I mean, this was probably the most serious, and I've had so many medical scares that I just wasn't, I wanted the answer and I wanted it to get done. But I mean, seriously, I was just like, here goes another one, and I knew God was in control. My husband was definitely concerned,